Before this house was a shul. It was the home of the Linden family, Paul and Edith Linden. Their son, Hanan, is currently a captain in the reserves in the IDF, and he has a troop of 120 Golani soldiers. This week, Ziva Sheket from Sherfield called me and said that Hanan Linden and his unit are short some equipment. They need raincoats, rain jackets. And she said, I know that the shul is now in the house that was the Lindens, and I thought maybe you'd be interested in helping. I'm really glad the shul is there, and it's a special house. It was a special house. It is a special house from a special family, and it's special that the shul is there. And I was thinking, it's really a pasuk in this week's parsha. The pasuk says, Kisire chamor sona'acha, when you see the donkey of your enemy, and the donkey is struggling, and the donkey belongs to someone who's not your friend, someone who you don't like, someone who doesn't like you. There's a mitzvah saseh deoraisa, azov ta'azov imo. You've got to help it out. You've got to help the donkey relieve its load. You've got to relieve him from the struggles, support him. Now here we're not talking about a donkey, we're talking about people. We're not talking about our enemies, we're talking about people who are fighting our enemies. So of course, kal v'chomer, there is a mitzvah saseh, a duty to assist, azov ta'azov imo, to contribute. I will be contributing, bli neder, and I encourage everyone else to contribute. And Matzah Shabbos we will be posting the link to contribute. But it does get challenging to keep our minds on the plight of our brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael, hostages, day in and day out. As we bring in the month of Adar, I'm reminded of another person who you might not think of as a hostage, but was abducted, and that's Esther. Vatilokach Esther, Beis HaMelech. Esther was abducted, she was taken. Not something she would have chosen, not something any father would have wanted for their Jewish daughter. To be hauled off to the palace of the king Achashverosh, of a non-Jewish king. And her relative Mordechai, the pasuk tells us, B'chol yom v'yom, each and every day, Mordechai went, Mordechai mishalech. He walked by the palace, Lodas Shlom Esther, to try to figure out her welfare. How was she? Is there anything he could do? What would be done with her, and how could he help? The Sfas Emes calculates, based on the length of the Purim story, that this was a period of 4 or 5 years. Each day, for 5 years, Mordechai went to see, how is she doing? This war has been going on 2 months, 3 months. That was 5 years. Every day, checking, how are the hostages? How is she? And that's not a trivial detail that the Megillah tells us, but it is the zechus that brought the nitzachon, that brought the eventual nahapachu, the victory over Haman. Because remember, it was during one of those visits that Mordechai overheard Bigsan and Seresh and their plot to poison the king, which led to Mordechai's ascent and Haman's downfall. We're bringing in the month of Adar. And there are 12 months in the year, in a usual year. But with the extra Adar, we have 13. Now the 12 months correspond to the 12 Shvatim. We're going to say in the davening of Musaf, 12 expressions of goodness, of good things that come, each corresponding to one of the months of the year. Tova v'levracha, sasan l'simcha, shul l'nachama, varnasa l'kala, l'chaim l'shalom. That's 12. And because this year is a leap year, as we're about to say Mosuf, we will add one more phrase, a 13th, L'chaparas Pasha. But there's something else represented by the 12 months and the 12 Shvatim. We have every day during the week Shmona Esrei. Shmona Esrei means 18 blessings. The first 3 to praise Hashem, the last 3 to thank Him. And in the middle, we have 12 sets of bakashos, of requests, for knowledge, for Torah, for tshuva, for parnasa. But there are actually 13 now, because we added one. Chazal added one, V'lam al shinim, which is about victory over our enemies. V'chol oyevecha mehera yikaresu, and that corresponds to this month, the extra Adar. And Adar in general is a month of victory over our enemies. It is the month when we conquered Amalek. It is the month when the halacha says that if a person has a judgment with a non-Jew, a dispute, he should wait till Adar to bring him to court. And so what Hashem is giving us in this year of all years is a leap year. That we don't just have 30 days of the special mazel of Adar, but we have 60 days of a special koyach, a special power of nitzachon. The special month corresponding to the bracha of V'lam al shinim explains the Sfas Emes of V'chol oyevecha mehera yikaresu. And the way we trigger that power, that timeless power of the month of Adar, Tishu Asam Hayisa Lanetzach. It's not a one-time thing. Your salvation in the month of Adar, their salvation was Lanetzach. It's forever. It's continuous. Every Adar, we have that koyach, and the way we trigger that is B'chol Yom V'Yom Mordechai Mesalech, each and every day, inquiring about the welfare of one another, helping out where we can, like we can here with the Linden family. But it doesn't have to be only with Acheinu Kol Beis Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael, but also here, helping out with one another. We create that achdus, we create that unity, the leich kenos, and that unity triggers that protection, that nothing can stand in our way, and it should bring the geula shlema this year. Amen.